everyone! So this is my 10,000 subscriber celebration video! Yay! And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your support. I know I don't really update YouTube very regularly, and while I'm trying to now, in recent, couple months, it's still not up to the level that I want it to be, but I am endlessly grateful for all your support. So here is a sketchbook tour video plus Q&A sort of in celebration of that. Sorry for the awful video quality. I will definitely try to get a better camera for the next time I do this. So let's get started. First question, how did I get started in the art community? So a couple years ago, back in 2013, I had DeviantArt for years prior to this, but I don't think I actually really started getting involved with the art community until I downloaded an app called Artamino. Now, I can't speak for Artamino anymore, I haven't been on there in a while, but it was the small community in which I felt like I could actually talk to people, and it gave me a lot of confidence in putting my art up and really interacting with the people who interacted with me. Because on DeviantArt it was kind of, everyone, it was either you were a big name or you weren't. It was kind of hard to make friends if you weren't really a part of groups or had friends prior. But Artamino was kind of my gateway to other art communities that, were just more supportive, I felt like. And from Artamino for a period of time, I went to Pagey World, then to Instagram and Twitter and Tumblr and so on. So yeah, it was a lot of just, I commented on someone's thing, they commented on mine, I talked to them, we did collabs or we did sketch trades or whatever, and it was all just kind of that fun stuff that I think really helped give me the confidence to, talk to people online and really display my interests as a person to an online community. Next question, how do you get through art blocks or times when you're unhappy with your work? Okay, so there's a difference between art block and being burnt out, and you have to know the difference. When you're art blocked, usually you can try and do something to remedy it, either by drawing something else, or listening to music to get you inspired, or maybe watching an animated movie, or, looking up your favorite inspiration or favorite artists online, like on ArtStation or Tumblr or whatever. When you're burnt out, the best thing to do is to take a break. Now, even if you're art blocked, you can also take a break too. There's nothing wrong with taking breaks. And I think when you're burnt out, it's important for you to realize that, it's not the end of the world if you're having a hard time with your art. There's literally no one in the world who has not experienced what it feels like to be frustrated with your work. So personally, whenever I get frustrated, I always just remember that I've gone through this before and I'll go through this again, and in the meantime I just have to do my best to stick with it, because giving up's the worst thing you can do during an art block. So really just try and push through, try and do something that you enjoy, try to really branch out or take that opportunity to get yourself back in love with art again, which I think is one of the most important things you could do when you're having a rough time. Next question, how do you stay motivated? So again, kind of the same as the last question. I am very fully aware that I am nowhere near where I want to be. So of course, me from 2 years ago would have been ecstatic to know that I am, painting, and that I've had such an awesome group of friends that are really supportive of my art and stuff like that. But me of right now knows that I have the potential to be better than this, and I can see other people out there and be like, hey, I want to be like them, I want to draw like them. And so my motivation stems from the fact that I am dissatisfied with where I am, and that I know that with enough hard work and enough effort and going through enough of these hard and rough times, I could get there. I've always done art, art has always been my thing, so in a sense there was never really a way out of it for me, and so being motivated was the only way that I could really get through day to day. So for me, art is kind of a do or die situation, as grim as that might be, but I mean it works. every day I always wake up being like, alright, I gotta be better than I was yesterday. Not to sound like some, like, what are they called? Like those books the self-help books. Self-help? Yes. That's what they're called. That are trying to like preach, happiness and goodness, but I do really believe that if you try your best and you try long enough and you just, trudge through the mud when you're in a hard time, it really pays off in the end. Next question. What do you want to do with your future? Whoa, I did read that wrong. What do you want to do with your future in art? I don't dream big most of the time. It kind of ties in with a lot of people asking me what I want to do in the future, and I would be perfectly content with, a studio job or doing freelance, as long as I have the financial security, which is a lot to ask for already. Honestly, all I'm looking for is, an apartment, maybe a couple of cats, a few cactuses, some plants, a cool roommate, some air conditioning, that's the kind of thing that I want. But it would be really cool to be able to do art in the future as an actual job. But, I'm open to whatever the world kind of throws at me, because I know that trying so hard to stick to one dream, often people will tell you that your life can go in so many different ways, so many different avenues that you didn't really consider beforehand. And so I think the fact that I could possibly not even be doing anything related to what I think I'm going to be doing in the future, I think that's kind of cool and kind of scary, but I'm willing to be open to options. But hopefully I can have something to do with art in the future, something that, I enjoy, something that makes other people happy, and all that jazz. So yeah, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.